Hello again, students. So we're back, and last time we designed our little name tag, our thing that represents us, right? So we had some fun throwing all sorts of cool stuff on there. You could get really creative with it. So we could absolutely 3D print every single person's project right now. All those name tags, all of them could be done. But something very small like this little bird here, takes a long time. So if I was to 3D print all your stuff, I'd be here for like 7 days straight 3D printing. So we are going to make some slight alterations so that we can laser cut it, and then our laser cut pieces can be done in like 30 seconds. So it's, especially for these first little projects, it's going to make everything go really fast. So let's jump in, see how we can slightly change our project so that it can be done quickly on the laser cutter. So let's imagine we have something like this for a second. This is my name tag. I threw some stuff on there. It's really cool, obviously. It's got Mr. G on there. So we are going to have to make everything essentially be flat like this, but then have holes going all the way through it, like this piece here that was laser cut. So that is going to cause some issues with possibly some of our designs. So let's go through here and start, maybe have to eliminate some things or change our design in some way. So let's start off by making all the things. So this red block that we have, that's going to be the main name tag. So we want that to be solid. But if I click this, and now I'm holding shift as I click on the next things here. Now I'm selecting 2 things, 3 things, and now I have all those things selected. And now I'm going to have to make those holes, so they cut holes just like we had here through that piece. All right. And now let's grab everything there. Notice I dragged a whole rectangle around that. I'm just clicking and dragging. I'm going to group that together. Now, slice some holes in there, right? So let's look at this from the top view. And that looks pretty good, except for this one in the center here. Something went weird there, right? So that kind of looks like it's a big bowl, basically. We don't want anything to look like that. We need it to be nice and perfectly whole going all the way through. So let's undo that. Notice I pushed that undo button there. That's going to be your friend here as we're working here. And this object, it's actually a sphere. So spheres don't work well because they're like a 3D shape. We're trying to cut a hole all the way through. So I'm going to delete that. And if you want just a round hole, let's go back to basic shapes. We're going to throw a cylinder on there instead. Maybe I want that to be a little smaller. So if you have anything that's like a 3D shape, so like a sphere, don't use the sphere for our laser, or excuse me, for our, laser cutter design stuff, half spheres, anything that's like this. If it's nice and flat top, flat bottom, you're good. The torus, not good. All that stuff. The heart will be great. This star would be good. This star, not as good. All right. So you might have to go tweak that a little bit. And now let's try grouping these again. And now if I look down from the top, oh, that's looking pretty good. I can kind of change my view here. If I spin this around and kind of look at it from all different angles. Ah, yeah, that's looking really good. All right. So we now want to export this and then turn it in on Google Classroom so that we can actually have this laser cut by your teacher in class since you guys are all at home. So once you got it really looking good, and if you're unsure, always jump back in the Google Meet and you can talk to me and see if your project's going to look good or not, or if you need some tips on it a little bit. So once we have it ready to go, one other thing before I send this away to Google Classroom, we got to make sure that it's touching this blue surface. If your project is up in the air floating like that, it's not going to work correctly. So we want it either to be right there touching the surface, or if it's slicing through the center like that, also works. No floating stuff, right? We're not Magic or Harry Potter or whoever is floating around these days, the hip kids and the floating and the magic stuff. Anyway, once you got it and you got it touching that blue surface, we're going to come up here to export. You see it up there, and we're going to click export. We are not 3D printing. We are going to laser cut this. So we're going to click that, and down there on the bottom there, it should pop up on your computer. It's going to save directly to your Google Drive. Now you can take that file and turn it in on Google, and I will be able to laser cut it for you. All right? So hope that helps you get started. And we are going to get some stuff laser cut for you in the first couple days of school here. Pretty cool, right? So one last time, jump back into that Google Meet if you need some more help. Hope this is going smoothly for you. See you soon.